What up? Happy Saturday. So, let me start with this. Today I'm grateful. I have people in my life, the right amount of people in my life, that care about me, that love me, that care about my best interest, and that if I call, they answer the phone or they respond. And there was a time when I didn't think I could call anybody. And even if I did, I probably, and this is a guess, they probably wouldn't have wanted to answer anyways. I think that's a pretty good guess. Like, oh, he's back on that shit. Oh, he's back. So, when I call now, whoever, my dad, my friend, my friends, they at least don't have to worry that I fucked up again, that I'm panicking. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that I'm clean today. My relationship with God, my relationship with myself, these last couple of months has been really, even though I don't think I tried it this way, it's been about rebuilding that, or building and developing a relationship with myself where, just like I talked about, I'm one of those people now too. I can reach out to myself. I'll write in third person. I've had some insecurities pop up about these videos, and this morning that voice was like, all right, do a check-in. You know, I'm a year, 8 months, and 5 days, so do a check-in. You're coming close to the, you know, you got 4 months, you're coming close to a little less than 4 months, you're coming close to, you know, that milestone. And then I was like, no, you're just, you know, and then like this conversation, the dialogue that happened in my head was crazy. And then I asked myself, okay, is it that bad voice in my head that's telling me to do this? Or is it that good voice in my head that's telling me to do this? And then just like all this negative self-talk came on. And I paused, I breathed, and then I hit record. That dialogue happened for a minute before I actually hit record. I was just looking at my phone. So I'm grateful that when I have the dialogue, I'm at least able to tell myself, okay, does that sound like God? Or does that sound my higher power? Or does that sound like me? Or does it sound like my disease and the devil? I feel like the devil has a couple things over me. My disease, my past, my insecurities. It's got all of those tools, and it knows how to use them all perfectly. It's a master of its craft. And I'm not a master of praying and surrender and acceptance and staying clean. I'm not a master of the seed that's in my head. I'm working on it, and I'm much more, much better at it than ever. But I'm definitely not a master, and I think saying it out loud will help me say, well, you need to be, because you've had your life for this long. So it's time to take over. And I think it's good when I have that dialogue go on and say, be able to step back mentally and say, okay, what does this look like? Versus just let it go forever, go to work, pretend it didn't happen, and then let it creep back in throughout the day, which it will do, but at least I was able to catch it and then put it on here. So in terms of check-in, I'm in a better headspace, but I'm still fucked up. And like they say, you can't walk in the woods 100 feet and think you're going to get out in 15 or 20. It's going to take some serious time and some serious practice of what I'm doing. My daughter came over yesterday. It was so good to just sit there and talk with her. To see her. She made an appearance. It's awesome. Yeah, I see that my brother is, playing games with my sister. So, he's out of the hospital. He's looking great and doing the best he can to get through his storm, which he's like in the fucking thick of it. I was thinking the other day, yesterday actually, that like I drew this circle. I was talking to somebody, and the eye of the storm is like where we need to get to be able to know that we're getting through our storm, and it's like a sphere. And my whole life I'll just walk around it, kind of touch into it, but then like jump the fuck out of it, or I'll stay in it for a long time. You gotta walk into the middle of it, and then at that point you can see how far you've gotten. But then to get through it, you gotta walk that same distance, but you just have a better attitude about it. And then when you get out, there's a reward, and after the reward there's another storm waiting. And I think that when I look back at my life, that's, at least when I look back at these almost 2 years, that's how it's been. And so I think I've gotten into the eye of my storm, and I might even be in it right now. I don't know. I'm trying my best to not label the storm, and I'm trying my best to not be like, okay, you're out of the storm now. What I'm trying my best to do is just be like, I'm gonna keep walking, and just keep walking. And not try to control by labeling whatever is. I'm so fucking stressed out about my backyard. It's not even funny. So, if this is a check-in, then that's what I'm doing. I'm so fucking stressed out about it. I need to get it knocked the fuck out. So I think calling myself out in this, like I've done in the past in these videos, will help me do it. I mean, it got me to finish 2 steps by saying I need to fucking finish that step. And it helped me get through the bills. So if I'm utilizing this as a journal, it's a video journal, then I need to utilize it as a video journal, not just sit here and talk about fucking how I'm overcoming shit and it's all good. Also, somebody gave me the greatest idea, and I thought about it before, but I didn't really it was just a thought, and now it's turned into a goal because I've made it a goal to do something called Celebrate Recovery, which is a church-based recovery thing, and add that. It says there that visit various meetings. So it's a meeting in the church, and so we kind of committed to, they're in a whole different world, and I'm in a whole different world. We committed to doing that, and I'm going to see how that goes now that I've made a commitment, and not just say, oh yeah, I'm going to try that out. now I've made a commitment and not call myself out, but said, okay, I'm going to do this, and here's when I'm going to do it, and here's where I'm going to do it. I'll do it Monday. So I'm going to try that Monday. I'm going to give it a good go and see how that goes. And it's just another one of those what if I haven't done yet things. So I'm going to try that. Other than that, like, you know, I'm stressed about my garage and my backyard. There's a couple bills that are like starting to like creep up in my head that I just need to take care of. And it's not like I don't have the means to take care of them. Also with the Bible, like, I like put it to the side. And I told myself, like, buddy, you're struggling reading King James Version. I don't think I am. I think I was struggling mentally at the time. Like, I started reading it, and I was reading it, and I got to Samuel's book 1. I got through it. But getting through Samuel book 1, I was in a season of my life. I'm in a season of my life where it was the beginning of the season. And so I'd be so stressed, and I wasn't really paying attention to what I was reading. And I was almost like reading through it, but not really comprehending it. And then so like I did that a couple pages, and I told myself, unless you're going to comprehend this, read it right, don't. And so I put it down. And then I started beating on myself for not reading it. And I think, you know, calling myself out here, I said, I'm gonna go grab the King James or the NIV. No, I needed to be self-aware of what was going on. And it didn't really come to me until this morning. I started thinking, well, what was really going on? Not like, when am I gonna go get this or that? Just like, so yeah, you kind of like paused on it. What's really going on with you? And then why? Who, what, when, where, and why? And I realized that, like, I made this commitment to read that version of it. I started reading that version of it. I got through some books in it, and then all of a sudden, you know, I stopped. And there's some things that, you know, that created that stop. And I, you know, being able to take a step back mentally and just kind of think about it, I think I identified what was going on, and now I'm not there mentally where I was. So I think it's time for me to just take a rewind and start book 2, Samuel's, from the beginning, and just go there. Even if I read it, I'll fuck around and read something, do that, and then I'll be like, oh, I read this page already, and then I'll like be a little bored and put it down. So it's, you know, I got to do that. So back in that too. All right, so plenty to be grateful for. Lots of fucking shit going on in my head, but I'm clean, and I know God has me. I'm able to still be there for people, and I'm doing really good. So just I'm gonna call my dad now, check in with him. But I felt like maybe doing a little mental check-in. Coming close to that period of that milestone, and just, you know, today's gonna be a good day. Whoever's watching this, yeah, this is what 1 year, 8 months, and fucking 3 days looks, or 5 days looks like. But I didn't get loaded over that period of time, and I don't feel like getting loaded today. And that was like the main prayer that I had when I started this journey. So, mission fucking accomplished so far today, and all those days behind me, and this is just how life gets lifey, and what goes on in my fucking head, and I'm still gonna push through. So, have a good day, and give yourself some grace, give yourself some hope, and learn to, if you're going to talk to yourself in third person, make sure it's like you're boosting yourself up, and you're not, you know, you're telling yourself that, like, fuck yeah, I'm doing best I possibly can. And that's always going to be good enough. That's all I got. Have a good day. Peace. Bye. All right.